And tell Detective Stevens, if he sees a woman wearing last year's pink suede Manolo blonde strappy sandals, bring her in for questioning immediately.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 fashion and beauty trends started by TV shows.
I want you to want to kiss me so bad that you don't even ask.
You embarrassed me.
What are you talking about?
You embarrassed me.
Do I smell pork? And cheese?
For this list, we're looking at styles that were popularized by our favorite television series. Were you influenced by any of these programs? Let us know in the comments. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10. Regency style. Bridgerton.
Our plan has worked thus far, but we must continue our ruse until I've found my match.
Set in Regency London, Bridgerton captured Netflix viewers' hearts when it was released at the end of 2020. After a tumultuous year, we were all ready to escape to another era. And the flouncy gowns that the Bridgertons and Featheringtons wore were just the eye candy we needed.
Were that true, I suspect you would need less protection from our beloved packs of ambitious commands.
Call me the general, yet you were the first to draw blood.
The empire-waisted dresses and lightweight materials have been reimagined for the modern day and are now available from both high-end and high-street designers. The pastel hues and ultra-feminine style feel like a departure from the stark neutrals we've seen in recent years, making these styles a breath of fresh air.
You should make your rounds, Your Highness. I believe there is a gaggle of young ladies waiting for your favor.
Delightful to see you.
Number 9. Dramatic makeup. Euphoria.
It was like the most amazing weekend ever. I legit cannot stop thinking about it.
Euphoria is a teen show like no other, taking a darker and grittier look at the high school experience. Despite the serious subject matter, it's easy to get distracted by some of the characters' eye-catching makeup looks.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why don't you kiss me?
Daniela Davey, who works as Euphoria's head makeup artist, says, quote, "There's subliminal emotional messages always in all the makeup."
You look different.
I changed.
She goes on to say that cosmetics signify character development and always mean more than meets the eye.
Do you think people are like 100% straight and like 100% gay?
On top of all that, the looks, especially Maddie's, are just pure fun, which is why so many beauty YouTubers have painstakingly recreated them. Number 8. Bell-bottoms, the Sonny and Cher comedy hour. Bell-bottom pants began to kick off as a trend in the 60s, but after Sonny and Cher wore them on their variety show, they gained even more widespread appeal. The flamboyant pant style has become emblematic of the 70s and was available in denim, cotton, polyester, and more.
Come down a little bit. I got music. Just come down a little bit. I got a rhythm. I'm gonna do my spot now. Keep playing loud, play loud enough so they can hear me.
The series ran for 4 seasons from 1971 to 74, wrapping when the couple got divorced. Luckily, they brought their well-coordinated fashion stylings into their follow-up program, The Sonny and Cher Show, which ran until 1977. Can you believe these are coming back in style?
And now here's Dinah.
Number 7. 60s Redux. Mad Men.
I thought you left.
No, I've got too much to do.
And you thought you'd do it in here.
It's where everything is.
It's easy to romanticize the 60s, even though it's kind of the opposite of what Mad Men intended. Still, the show put a major focus on the era's retro aesthetic through their costuming and production design.
Your flight was late. We don't have time to go home. One quick dinner, and the rest of the weekend we're alone.
Questionable politics aside, who wouldn't want to live in an era where men dress in dapper suits and women wear full-skirted, cinched-waist dresses to work every day?
Well, hopefully I'll have that problem someday.
The crew worked hard to stay true to the fashions of the era, and in the process, introduced a whole new generation to mid-century style and design. Number 6. Shoulder pads. Dynasty.
I've also noticed that this house is in a very shabby condition these days. Definitely run down, in case no one's had the nerve to tell you.
When you think of 80s fashion and massive oversized shoulder pads, it's hard not to think of Dynasty. The primetime soap's costume designer, Nolan Miller, was credited in a 2012 New York Times piece by Eric Wilson as having kicked off the shoulder pad trend.
I don't ever want you to come into this house again unless you're invited. Is that understood?
Careful, Crystal. You're beginning to sound the tiniest bit jealous. Don't worry, you can have Blake. I just want the mansion.
His weekly wardrobe budget was $35,000, which was pretty significant in the 80s. Joan Collins, Linda Evans, and Diane Carroll's costumes even inspired a series of high-end designs called the Dynasty collection.
Mother, what a nice surprise.
Well, I just dropped in to see Danny and to tell you that we have to fly to San Francisco tomorrow morning.
The show also spawned a menswear collection, proving that the costumes provided widespread appeal to a variety of viewers.
I heard from Daddy how you'd taken over the house. I love you, you know that. But how could you do something so horrible?
Number 5. Headbands. Gossip Girl.
Thanks for making the time. You're my best friend.
For years, headbands were relegated to children's wear. But after the first episode of Gossip Girl aired, people of all ages were clamoring to look as preppy and chic as Blair Waldorf.
I can't believe Serena came to this brunch. I told her to stay away.
She and her minions, and even Serena, all sported headbands throughout the show's run, with options running the gamut from simple and elegant to over-the-top and show-stopping. The trend kicked off quickly in 2007, and interestingly enough is back today, just in time for the Gossip Girl revival in 2021 on HBO Max. Number 4. Feathered hair and flared pants. Charlie's Angels.
And now they work for me. My name is Charlie.
The original Charlie's Angels TV show aired from 1976 to 1981 and epitomized late 70s fashion. Starring power trio Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, and Jaclyn Smith, every episode of the show provided an opportunity to show off the latest trends.
Charlie, a trophy. What for?
A small remembrance from me to you to commemorate the official end of your racing career.
The women had big feathery hair and often wore bell-bottom pants. Plaid and fringe were also major players. They often coordinated their looks, showing off major girl gang vibes.
Where do we start looking? Oh, in the wine cellar. I mean, isn't that where you keep wine? It may be locked, but I know where the key is.
The fashion legacy of Charlie's Angels lives on today, with many 70s styles coming back into fashion.
You mean you three are a team?
Just like the Supremes.
Number 3. MANOLOS. Sex and the City.
And your Manolo Blahniks.
What? No.
People love to say that the 5th character in Sex and the City is the city of New York. And if that is the case, then the 6th character is absolutely the fashion. Costume designer Patricia Field outfitted the 4 women in over-the-top stylish outfits for the show's 6-season run. But the biggest influence had to do with footwear.
Please, sir, they're my favorite pair. I got them half price at a sample sale.
Carrie famously spends the equivalent of a down payment on an apartment on her designer shoes, with Manolo Blahnik being a frequently dropped name in her vocabulary.
I spent $40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live? I will literally be the old woman who lived in her shoes.
Did regular women lust after luxury footwear this much before Sex and the City aired? Probably not.
Hi, it's Carrie Bradshaw. I wanted to let you know that I'm getting married. To myself. Oh, and I'm registered at Manolo Blahnik. So thanks. Bye.
Number 2. The Miami Vice look. Miami Vice.
We don't like headhunting cops. If we did, we'd sign up for internal affairs.
Menswear just doesn't get the attention that women's wear does. But Miami Vice is a prime example of a show that inspired men to have a little bit of fun with fashion and dress outside their comfort zones.
People put some strange things in those boxes. You can mark this one down, Lieutenant. It's in the jar.
While today these sock-free loafers and t-shirts underneath designer blazers look pretty silly, at the time, they had a major influence on the world of men's fashion. The show features undercover Miami police officers James Crockett and Ricardo Tubbs, played by Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas, respectively. And the two were definitely not afraid to blow their own cover by dressing in this eye-catching manner.
Look, I'm your partner, man. You need anything, I'm here.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Rachel. Friends.
See, how could nobody want him?
Oh, somebody will.
One of the most popular hairstyles of the 90s can be directly traced back to a particular TV show. Jennifer Aniston sported the hairdo known forever as the Rachel in her role as Rachel Green in the early seasons of Friends.
Rachel, how did this happen? I don't know, I just kind of ran into him last night. Where? At his apartment. Is this juice?
Created by hairstylist Chris McMillan, it featured chunky highlights and a signature cut with choppy layers that created a voluminous bob.
Monica, what's with you? Who did you have lunch with? Judy? Who? Julie? What? Jody?
Reasonably enough, Aniston has been vocal about the fact that she doesn't love being associated with the look. Considering how many questionably executed copycats there have been over the years, we cannot say we blame her. It's not a redoable style, man. It's not fair.
Did you go with her to Bloomingdale's?
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Song when you're all alone, but you just won't let